Hey guys! This video marks the beginning of a series of videos comparing the single filament print quality of the three major single toolhead printers available: the Bambu Lab H2S, Anycubic Kobra S1 Max, and QIDI Max 4. This series will not be an exhaustive comparison of all of the features and functionality each printer may have. I want to showcase the out-of-box printing experience using generic filament profiles that have not been calibrated. I did this to be fair to all of the printers in this lineup and to show how well each brand creates their generic profiles, which are useful for 3D printer beginners and veterans alike. This is important to note as you watch the videos in this series. You could get better print quality results if you calibrate/tune the filament to the printer like I normally do for my clients' projects. Each printer will use a generic filament profile when available, with a 0.4 nozzle with the same layer height using their native slicer. The nozzle temp and max volumetric speed will be the same across each printer. All other profile settings will be at their default. The only caveat is that the Kobra S1 Max does not include many generic filament profiles. In fact, they only include one generic PETG profile. So I'll be using their stock Anycubic filament profiles and changing the nozzle temp and max volumetric speed to match the other two printers. If you feel this is unfair, please send your complaints to Anycubic and tell them to include more generic filament profiles in their native slicer. The same spool of filament will be used in each comparison. I have dried the filament before each print and each printer. The only other thing to note is that I purchased all three of these printers with my own funds from my print farm. This means I have no sponsorship or company influence-based bias. What you see is what you get. The filaments I chose for this first comparison video is Polymaker's COPE or COPE and Elegoo's Rapid PETG. I chose the COPE for its bridging and overhang capabilities compared to normal PLA, and the Rapid PETG for its speed. Neither company sponsored this video, as I purchased all of the filament in this video with my own funds. I chose a storage bin and planter watering adapter for their real-world functionality, low filament usage, and testing abilities. Both models are supportless. The storage bin tests a printer's layer stacking and overhang performance, whereas the planter adapter tests the precision of each printer with its internal thread/screw interface. In the following segments, I am going to give you a close-up of each group of prints under harsh lighting. There will be Group A, Group B, and Group C. Tell me which group of prints you like before I reveal which printer printed each later on. Please note, the harsh lighting will make the prints look worse than they actually are under normal lighting. With all that said, let's get on to the comparison. Before I reveal which printer printed which group of functional parts, I want to give you my slices. The storage bin really showcased one printer's amazing overhang performance. The overhang on the storage bin in Group B was basically flawless. Unfortunately, that can't be said about the overall appearance of the storage bin in Group B. The storage bin in that group suffers from VFAs, which can be tuned out to a degree. Perhaps that printer's manufacturer should work on their resonance avoidance speed. The planter adapter from Group B was the worst out of the three groups as well. It was extremely tight when screwing onto the bottle, whereas the other two groups were just right, neither loose or tight fitting. Again, this is something that can be adjusted in the slicer. Groups A and C were going back and forth in this battle. While both had issues with the overhang on the storage bin, that could be solved by placing a model's overhang in the direction of the auxiliary cooler. In my sneak peek YouTube short, Most people picked the storage bin from Group A, which was labeled as C in that video, as being the best out of the three. I'm sure that's going to change once people find out which printer printed that storage bin. I believe that the printer from Group A did a slightly better overall job on the storage bin, and Group C did a slightly better job on the planter adapter, even including the stringing. Both printers did an amazing job. So, what do you guys think? Tell me which group you prefer and why down in the comments below. Oh, I didn't forget. Here are the groups and the printers that printed them. Like and subscribe. I am almost to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.